Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Esports Podcast. Your dog is silent until the very beginning. That's
Silence right in the beginning. She was just welcoming everyone to the
Yeah.
LMS version.
Yeah. This is the LMS version, and we're talking about two series because we haven't talked about it in a while for the playoffs. I'm your host, William, and with me today I have Brock.
Me, hello.
I was just thinking, this is off topic, but we're almost done calling ourselves the Support Esports Podcast.
We really are.
We're getting
not too long.
Probably not for MSI. We'll probably still be Support Esports for MSI, but not for summer. So in between MSI and summer is when I'm gonna work on it, because then I'll actually have time.
Yep.
I won't be watching League every day. Though I don't really watch League now. I'm just kind of like in a little bit of a vacation period at the moment. It's weird that watching the playoffs is vacation, but it is.
Yeah. Except for the Liquid games.
And yeah, those ones I lost 5 years of my life. But
Yeah.
let's get right into the LMS games. First game of the quarterfinals was J Team versus AHQ. And J Team was coming off a victory over AHQ in the final week. They won the tiebreaker, so they were the third seed technically. So they got to pick sides. They took blue side. They picked Rek'Sai, good. They picked Ryze, pretty good. They picked Kennen into Yorick, that's pretty good as well because of the poke early. Still lost the game.
Yeah.
Very, in my opinion, I'm sorry guys. I know analysts should be like, oh, it's a clean game, you know. It was only 5-3. I'm bored of shit. I'm sorry. It's so I know like it's not all about kills and stuff, but when there's no kills, I get so bored in games.
This was awful.
J Team was winning this pretty much the whole way through until they threw a Baron.
It's so crazy. Like, no one does that.
Yeah, look they gave up a Baron even though they had the 5k gold lead after giving up a Mountain. And then they gave up 4, 5, 6, 7 turrets after that. And it pretty much is over from there. Give up another Baron, and this time actual kills happen during it. And this game was pretty much all she wrote for J Team. For AHQ picked up the victory. Kind of a boring game. We saw Talia mid. That's cool, I guess. Like that's pretty much the only exciting thing outside of the Baron throws, but
Yeah.
wasn't too much. Game number 2, our J Team came right back and they sealed the deal on this one. They were up 5k again and they didn't lose the Baron this time. And because of that, they won the game. Hana destroyed Alex in this game. Ziv up top with the Hecarim also didn't have a very good game. But Hana went 8-0-3 on Lee Sin. When do you see that?
Hardly never.
Yeah, this was like 12-1. This was nearly a perfect game. We gave up 1 kill and 1 tower. Outside of that, this was all J Team for this game. Pretty much complete blowout. At least the first game was at least kind of close, but and then a throw. But this game was just straight blowout from the very beginning. I guess I should say from 8 minutes on when Lee got 2 kills in a Ocean.
Yeah.
But after that, complete blowout. Game number 3, we had AHQ take the win again. This time we got to see the Azir into the Akali. I love Azir into Akali. What do you think about that matchup?
I think it's great. I think it's perfectly fine because Akali doesn't have the dashes to counter Azir like she used to. Because before, Akali could just keep jumping on you and there wasn't really anything you could do about it. But now you just let her jump in on you the once and then you have enough time to shield her out. Ult her out, and then just keep poking
her. This is off topic, sorry, but just came up in my head. All of a sudden, got a little hard to swallow there, and I could tell, like, that first instinct, like, oh no, am I getting sick right now? you know what I'm saying though? We're like,
oh, yeah.
Something didn't go right there. When I was drinking my water, like it went down. It was like slow, and like you can almost feel like phlegm or whatever. Sorry, that's kind of gross, but it just happened. I was drinking my water. I'm like,
That's definitely stress.
You can nope, probably just common cold, but you can just tell. Like it was probably in my eyes. Like, oh crap! like I just hit that, and I'm like, no.
Definitely the flow.
I'll be dead by MSI.
Yeah. Yep, true.
Who knows? Team Liquid, if they win, let me know. I'll be dead. So I don't know how you're going to do that. But just root for them in my honor.
I'll find a way.
If I'm dead by MSI, you have to root for Team Liquid now. That's written in stone.
Ooh, don't tell anyone, but I'm going to
Yeah.
lie to Will. I'll definitely root for Liquid. Sure. Not going to happen.
I got interrupted here by, if you guys want to know, Smash Bros. Larry Lurr is now on SKT. Or T1, I should say.
So he's in Korea?
I don't know. I guess they're entering the Smash Bros. Arena. Interesting.
Oh,
But
please.
Ugh.
Can we at least have Smash Bros?
Oh my god. Okay. This was another blowout. Sorry, there's a lot of interruption in this game. This was a blowout for AHQ. This boy, as you can see, winning the whole game. Wasn't really close. The Lucian Braum was the only thing that was working okay. Hana that we were just praising on the Lee Sin, he took it all back. He became the Lee Sin that you don't want on your team.
Yeah.
And we talked about Azir just destroying Akali, so that's just not a fair matchup. Game number 4. HQ played Nautilus top and they won a game?
And Talia Jungle.
And Talia Jungle?
Like, they're just like, we are going to make the meta, boys.
Yeah, that is... I'm more impressed by the Nautilus top. Nautilus top loses every single matchup in top lane, pretty much. As someone who used to love playing Nautilus top, it's no good anymore.
That's against Irelia.
He's been buffed like 4 times in a row, so he's actually sneaking in as a mid laner. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's in Korea, like, Challenger and stuff, and even I believe it played in one of the minor regions. You go Proto Belt, Nautilus mid. It's really weird. It kind of works, and it's disgusting because he's been buffed 4 patches in a row because he's so bad as a support at the moment. Like he's just not good. And I wonder if this 4th one will be enough. I don't know though. But yeah, this game AHQ won again. They threw pretty hard there, but they made how'd they throw? Is that another glitch?
That's a grab right there, boys.
How does that happen? I guess 2 towers and anything, but 4K gold, that seems weird. That might you can never trust these graphs, you know?
Yeah, you really can't.
But yeah, this was a good win. That won the series for them, right? No. Did it? Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That won the series for HQ, which we were not expecting, but at the same time, was expecting J-Team to let me down.
Yeah.
J-Team was so good until the final 3 weeks of the season. Actually, they were pretty good in week 9. But they were like week 6, 7, 8, they sucked. But week 1 through 5, they were really good. And then I'm like, oh, week 9, they're pretty good. Like, maybe they're getting their groove back. They didn't. Very disappointing. I expected them to win the split. But they're not. They finished in 4th. So next we had Flash Wolves versus AHQ in the semifinals. And they had Flash Wolves had Rather as their mid laner. And then they had Hanabi up top. And Betty on ADC. And they all did really well. This was a super blowout, as you would say. Since HQ got 1 kill. They traded it for first blood at the 17-minute mark, by the way. Boring as can be. And then they were just lost every... Look at this. Ocean, Rift, Ocean, Tower, Tower, Air, Tower, Ocean. So the 3 oceans right there. Another Tower, Baron, 5 kills. Done. Game over. Like right from there. GG. Move on to next.
Where up to your jungler to feed.
In the next game, honestly, Flash Wolves were losing this one pretty bad. Not pretty bad. It was a 4K gold lead. But it was back and forth, and I really thought, like, outside of Rather, the rest of the team was doing pretty bad. I know Alex was 1-7, but his Skarner had 9 assists, so his ults were pretty clean. He was getting rainbow fed at 7-3 on the Rise. On is not their main starter. Right? He must... No, Wako. Yeah, you got Wako, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember Ann. Like, I really don't remember that name, so yes. He came in for the Jinx game. It looked pretty good. There was a defeat, though. 1-7 for Alex. And this game actually kind of ended. A big blowout towards the end. But Rather was just so fed on Corki, you know. Full build, 5K gold lead over Rainbow, who was the Fed member on AHQ, by the way. He was 5K gold ahead of them, which, I mean, doesn't really matter once you're full build, but still, he was
Yeah.
super full build. Full build Corki is terrifying, especially when you're a decently squishy comp. You have Galio, I guess, but it's support Galio, so he really doesn't have any tank items there. And you have Skarner, who is tanky, but outside of that, Corki's blowing you up with a QR auto attack.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about a full build.
Nope, nope, nope. Game number 3, though, AHQ is finally coming back. Rainbow had another fantastic game. He had a really good series, I thought. He went 7-0-11 on the LeBlanc. Rather did not do good. He looked good on the Corki the first 2 games, and they banned the Corki because they're like, we're not dealing with that anymore. And they put him on Azir, and it did not look good at all, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And,
that is definitely not Corky.
and I will say, I think is how you pronounce it is Xiaoxi? I don't know. I butchered it probably. Xiaoxi? On Flash
Sounds
Wolves,
right.
their support. Not Core JJ. Not Core JJ on the Tom Kench. Did not look very clean. The Ashe and Thresh actually beat up on Betty, which I was very surprised about. Alex looked good on the Sejuani. They just had such a good team comp with the stun from Ashe and Sejuani into the wombo combo of Kennen and LeBlanc being able to blow someone up. We all know Jarvan sucks.
Yep.
And Jarvan went 3-4. Boogie did not have that good a game. Also, Ornn sucks kinda. So I didn't like this team comp at all by Flash Wolves. I get what they're doing. They're going for the front line with poke and save the poke right here. You know, it makes total sense, but it just didn't work out at all.
Mm-hmm.
Game number 4. HQ wins this one as well, and they come on the comeback for the reverse sweep. Flash Wolves are trying to troll. They've speaking of Nautilus mids, Nautilus mid was played in this game with a Cho'Gath top. So you think I'd be happy about this game? I wasn't.
Yeah, this is not good.
I'm actually surprised how bad Hanabi got beat by Renekton. I'm not super surprised. Let me rephrase that. Sorry for laying down, by the way. But Renekton versus Cho'Gath is a lot of a skill matchup, in my opinion. And I know that you're like crazy. Cho'Gath doesn't have skill matchups. Shut up, he does.
Well, you do get to silence him when he comes in. So
Yeah, exactly. You silence him, and you have the ability to knock him up, so he can't dash away from it. And your E does a lot more damage than people expect. It's all about baiting the Renekton to think he can take you, especially close enough to your tower. That's how I've always been able to beat some Renektons. The issue is if they're smart enough, they dash out before, like in mid silence, like they get it like prepped ahead of time, and or they know not to tower dive whatsoever, because if they do that, they're gonna win the lane 100% of the time. It's always the ones in solo queue that I find that are always down the tower dive on Renekton. I'm like, nope, you can't. It's very hard to tower dive a Cho'Gath. Not as hard as Shen, but still kind of hard. But it's, you know what makes it easier to tower dive? Having a Zac on your team.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Another strange pick, like not common pick. I like it though. I like.
Yeah, I love seeing Zac in pro play. He just has so many playmaking abilities. And then Wako also. I'm gotta talk about this. I've been praising Betty for weeks, and he went 1-5. But I'm gonna blame his team. Nah, he lost in lane too. Like, as you can tell, he gave up first blood and went 0-2. Then you had the mid laner losing the life there. He was 3-4. 4 deaths by the bot lane by 9 minutes. It's probably your fault. So it actually wasn't. I just didn't like anything about this team comp. When you're running Nautilus and Cho'Gath in the same team, and they're 2 solo laners, things aren't looking. You're relying a little too much on Vayne. And yeah, they just got blown up. Game number 5, though. So I'm thinking Flash Wolves is out, by the way. At this point, I was thinking Flash Wolves is gone. They're going to get reverse swept. Like, we've seen it before, at least in NA, with Cloud9 getting reverse swept to TSM and TSM getting reverse swept to Team Liquid. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm thinking it's over. All the momentum's in their hands. Guess not. It was a blowout, in my opinion. Like they had the lead the whole way. I know it was like 16-8, but like it wasn't as close as 16-8 says. Like it was a 10K gold lead or like an 8K gold lead by 25 minutes or so. Like it wasn't very close at all. Rather popped off on the Azir this time. He had a bad game. He recovered, and then Betty and Xiaoxi. I can't say his name. I'm butchering it like crazy. The Flash Wolf support. Yeah, he learned how to play Tom Kenchel for a few games. It's like they had the team comp they wanted in Game 3, they just didn't execute it properly. Game 4, I don't know what they were going for. I will never defend that team comp. Not mid and Cho'Gath top, not defendable. Yeah, so we say goodbye to AHQ, who made a hell of a run, by the way. I gotta give them props. They made a hell of a run to even make the playoffs towards the end. They were like near last place, and after week 6, I think the only team worse was Dragon Gate than them. And like they came all the way back to get third, which is pretty good for championship points for trying to get to Worlds.
Yeah.
With how wide open the LMS is, you gotta take as many points as you can.
Yep.
And now we're down to 2 teams though, between Mad and Flash Wolves. Kind of what we expected going in. Definitely, we expected Flash Wolves to win 3-0. Almost had.
It's definitely the flow.
Something got stuck in my throat. I don't know what that was. It's the flu.
Yep,
Like
definitely the flow.
Your dog agrees. But yeah, with that, I don't know what is like stuck in my throat right now, but let's talk about between Flash and Mad Team. Flash Wolves and Mad Team. I was going to say Flash and Mad Wolves. What do you think? Like, what do you think's going to happen? We'll do our predictions now.
Oof. Man, that's actually so tough. Jeez. I think I'm gonna go Mad. I'm gonna go Mad to win 3.
I hate you.
I'm going Mad to win 3-1.
I can't pick Mad. I have to do it for the show. I don't want us to ending on ties are terrible. I was gonna pick Mad because they destroyed Flash Wolves last time they faced. So I have no confidence in Flash Wolves here. But I'm going to go Flash Wolves, I guess, which I mean, I guess I got to go 3-2 because we can't end on a tie. I refuse to end on a tie. I was really hoping you'd pick Flash Wolves there.
Hey, you never know, Flash Wolves.
I mean, they could win. They definitely have Betty, who is the best player in the LMS, but Uniboy is right up there with them for Mad. And they also have Hanabi up top. I don't like Rather into Uniboy. It kind of scares me a bit. You know? I think that Uniboy will be able to carry quite a few games through the mid lane. I'm going to go Flash Wolves 3-2 because I don't want us to end in a tie. So that's mostly the purpose. Yeah, that is. I don't have any like good. I was gonna bring up all this stuff like Uniboy is gonna carry through mid and all this stuff and why I'm picking Mad, but no, you ruined it. Cool. Okay, I guess that's we can wrap up because apparently I'm getting sick.
Yep, definitely.
No, if I had the flu, I'll be so upset. Thank you guys for coming because I have a 3-day weekend already. I don't need a sick day. Thank you guys for coming to watch. We will still have one more LMS podcast, but we only have one more LMS, one more LEC. LEC is tomorrow, and then one more LPL podcast. We're actually, well, I didn't tell you this yet, Brock. We're gonna do the LMS podcast on Monday next week, just so we're not waiting till Wednesday when there's a gap between. Because we'll do LPL Sunday, and then I'll do LPL Sunday, and then LMS Monday. Then we're done until MSI. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for coming to watch, and we'll see you tomorrow for LEC, which will be Brian's final podcast for this split.
Yep.
And almost Brock's.
Close.
Thanks, guys.